Okay, fine. So we'll start slowly as this is the first class for batch 56. This is batch 56, guys. Okay, so as this is the first class, okay, we don't discuss too technical things and all. Uh, we'll just explain about the SQL Server, what is SQL Server, where we are going to use it. Just give me a minute, guys. Please don't mind. Session today. Right. Okay. Sorry for that. As this is the first class, people will have like trouble to join the classes, guys. So just guiding them. Fine. So we'll discuss what is SQL Server, where we are going to use this application. Okay. So, and we'll discuss about the course outline. Okay. We'll discuss about the course outline. Right. So, like what is this course? How many months it will be? How to practice? What should be the lab setup? Like the prerequisites to learn this course. Okay, so all these things we are going to cover, guys. Okay, so without delay, we'll start the sessions. So before starting the sessions, there are just two, three thumbnails, guys. Just you have to follow these things, okay, throughout the course. One thing is, don't join with device names. It will be difficult to me to check who is joining and all. So as it is a first class, that's okay, no problem. So going forward, like I can see some participants with the device names Galaxy M31 and all. So it will be difficult for me to track the people, okay, so who is joining and all. So that is one thing that we have to follow throughout the course. Second thing, you can ask your doubts at any point of time. So you're all like having just a free hands. You can just simply unmute it. You can ask the doubts. Okay, just unmute it and you can ask the doubts. There will be no separate QA session at the end of the class. So don't keep your doubts in your brain till the end of the session so that it is going to block to understand the things. Okay, whenever you feel that you are having a doubt, please unmute it and ask me immediately. Again, don't hesitate to ask the doubts. In every batch, I'll tell you guys, doubt is a doubt. So no need to hesitate to ask any doubt. It's very simple. Okay. So you will not ask for silly reasons, right? Definitely. One minute. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Right. Okay. So you can ask the doubts at any point of time, guys. No need to wait till the end of the sessions. And even please, my request is don't treat me as a sir. In the IT, first thing I have to tell is like in the IT, there is no sir madam concept. Okay. So even though he's a company CEO, this is very important. Why? Because when you are attending the interviews, okay, when you are attending the interviews, generally, um, I can see sometimes you'll call the interviewer as sir, madam, and all, HR madam, sir, and all. Okay, don't call. That is not an IT culture. Because when you are talking to them, they can easily find out whether you are a fake guy or a genuine guy. A genuine guy in his culture, they will teach like there is no sir concept, there is no madam concept in the IT. Even though he's a company CEO, will call with his name only. Whoever, like, okay, so CEO, CFO, director, VP, vice president, manager, lead, colleagues, associates, consultants, senior consultants, principal database administrators, principal consultants, everyone will call with their names only, will not call with sir or madam. Okay, so just keep in mind these things, and also don't call me as sir. You can simply call me as a Shanmugh, guys. Okay, so just try to understand, try to follow the things from day one onwards. So after this course, at the end of this course, you will be comfortable, okay, with IT culture, and also that you will not be like tensed like when you are into the organization, so you can handle the things easily, as we are discussing it since 4 months, I mean to say, at the end of the course, so you can handle the things easily, guys. So one thumb rule is don't join with the device names. In case if you joined, and shortcuts also, I can see a CP. CP, yeah. So don't join with the shortcuts also. I can see someone joined with the CP name. Okay, so that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, as this is the first class, okay, that's fine. And Galaxy M31, I can see participants with Galaxy M31. Right. So you just let me know your names. I'm going to rename it. Charan. I know that, man. Right. Okay. So Galaxy M31. So that's okay. Just let me know your name. I'm going to rename it for you. Okay. Fine. And one more thing is don't join with multiple devices. Okay. Don't join with multiple devices, guys. Try to join from laptop or phone. Maximum give preference to laptop so that it will increase some concentration. Phone means when you are watching the class, you will get some WhatsApp messages. You can see in the notification. Simply, or like it will be the interest will be like diverted. So that's why try to avoid the phone while attending the classes. Okay, so you can just simply log into the laptop. From the laptop you can just join the classes. If laptop is not available or having any issues, then only you can try to use the phone, guys. Okay, fine, guys, any questions? Right. And this course is meant for technical things, as well as it is going to develop your confidence levels also. So that is one thing I just want to tell you. Not like other trainers. Seriously, I'm saying I'm not like other trainers, like taking one topic, explaining the things. Okay, chalo, completed. Yes, please, Rashid.
Asking that person with zero knowledge in Azure can also attend this class.
Sorry, your voice is little bit breaking.
I'm asking that a person with zero knowledge in Azure can also
I'll
attend
explain.
this
I'll
class.
explain. I'll explain everything. I'll
Okay,
explain
sure.
everything, guys, in this class. So nothing to worry. So all these things will be covered. A person with zero knowledge, everything will be covered. So don't worry. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rashid. Fine. Okay. So right, as discussed, this course is meant for to learn the technical things. First thing, and second thing is confidence levels, guys. The other trainers will simply, okay, they will take one topic, they will explain what is what, something like XYZ, and then they are going to leave you guys. But I'm not like that. Okay. So since 7 years, I'm into the training, 7, 8 years almost. And I'm having an experience of around 12 years, guys. So in these 7 years, I never like what I can say, adjusted, like, okay, this is small topic only, or this we can ignore. Nothing like that. Why? Because I feel more satisfied when I'm taking the classes. I want to add some extra points. If I miss any important points, I feel sad. Okay, I just missed this point. Maybe next time we'll add it. So it will be like that. Why? Because you have to learn as much as you can. If you learn at least 10 points, you can remember 2, 3 points that will help you to, right? Um, um, to open your mouth in the interviews and all. So that's why um, it has to develop your confidence levels also. Everyone, most of the people are going to try with 4 years, 5 years, 6 years experience level. So you have to put fake experience. As you are having gap, you have to definitely put the fake experience. So fake experience, if you don't have confidence, guys, you cannot manage the things in the organization. Believe me, from day one onwards, that will be a hot seat. Don't know who will ping you, don't know what they will ask you. Sometimes they might ask you to share the screen and perform the duties initially, like for first 2 3 months. Sometimes suddenly there will be a P1 call. What is P1 call? I'll tell you. Priority one call. Okay, high priority call. So if something went wrong, they might directly pull you into the call and they might ask you to troubleshoot by sharing your screen. So lot of things will be there, guys. So that's why technical things anywhere you can learn from Google, YouTube, you can learn. But confidence, no man, no, very difficult. So that you have to develop in these 4 months of course. If you are confident, then definitely you can handle that real-time pressure. I'm not saying exact pressure. Why it was pressure means as you don't know the things initially, like you will feel that small pressure. Okay, so this course has to be for technical things. We are going to cover technical things up to 6 7 years level. Technical things we are going to cover, and confidence also you have to improve. So Shanmukh, how will get the confidence? Through practice only. Through practice only you will get the confidence, guys. Okay, but apart from practice, you also have to open your mouth. You have to speak, guys. You are daily in the organization. Once you got the job, daily we have to attend the stand-up calls. So when we are attending the stand-up calls, okay, definitely we have to talk something. The participant can be 5 members, 10 members, 20 members also. So you have to talk something in front of them. What and all things you did today, or what you are going to do tomorrow, any roadblocks. So all these things you have to tell in the meeting for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. You have to explain. So if you are not opening your mouth in the class, you cannot open your mouth in the meetings, guys. You will hesitate. Okay. So that's why in every batch for everyone, I'll tell these points, guys. If you are more active, I can Google extra things, extra cheese, and I can give you extra subject, guys. Okay. Extra subject. If you are more active, if you are simply not opening the mouth, it shouldn't be a kind of a broadcast message like simply I'm delivering the things, you are simply listening and just leaving the things. No, it shouldn't be like that. It's not a healthy learning, guys. Okay, so I'll try to involve you guys so into many things. Okay, so we'll give some assignments, we'll engage you with the assignments. These assignments will help you to clear the interviews and all. So every topic will cover the theory part, we'll cover the practicality like demo, and then we'll discuss some common issues on that topic, and then we'll discuss some common interviews on that topic, and then we'll give you assignments also, some assignments also on that particular topic. So 5 corners we are going to touch every topic. Believe me, like if you are completing the assignments and all, and like if you are practicing regularly, believe me, it's not like that first day I'm telling all these things. Till yesterday, guys, who is not earning 0 rupees, and additionally they are taking 10,000 rupees from their parents to survive in the PGs and all. Now they are getting 1 lakh, 1 lakh 20,000, 1 lakh 30,000 per month, just in a month or just in a week. their life changed, guys. But it's not so simple. Again, it's not so simple. I'm just trying to give you some encouragement by just showing, okay, their efforts. So it's not so simple. So that guy around 30 years, 31 years, okay, and he's trying for the job. Very worst situation, okay, but he just learned the course. He was so much dedicated. He just practiced whatever we discussed. He just asked one question, Shanmukh, if I learn this course, is it going to be added extra course in my curriculum or is it going to change my life? Why? Because 30, most of the people I can see, right? Definitely, those who are going to keep fake experience, definitely you will be closer to 30 years or maybe cross 30 years also, right? So, in that scenario, people like it shouldn't be an extra course in your curriculum, guys. It should change your life. Your learning has to be stopped here. Okay, so it's not a personality development class. I'm just trying to explain. I'm just molding your minds for the course, guys, for the next 4 months. That's it. I'm just trying to explain all these things, how it will be. Okay, so guys, you can also change your life. It's not so great things. It's easy when you're practicing. Okay, and if you're not practicing, simply just attending the classes will never change your life. Again, I'm saying it will never change your life. It will also be added as a extra technology to your curriculum. So please be patient. Try to learn the things. Practice it for one time, twice, thrice, and like till you're comfortable, till you can able to regenerate. Practice it, practice it, practice it. Only forget about the other things. Yes, you came for job only. You're attending for job only, but forget about it. Love the subject. Just love the subject. Just try to jump into it. Just try to deep dive into it. It will be an excellent subject, guys. You will love it. Okay, so that's why I'm telling. So please be dedicated, and again, please open your mouths whenever I'm asking the questions, at least for yes or no. Just open your mouths, so that it will improve your confidence levels and all when you are into the when you are jumped into any organization and any project, guys. Okay, so these are some thumb rules. Okay, so just we have to follow these thumb rules, guys. And without delay, let's jump into the session, guys. Okay, so now we just came together to learn this SQL server. So what is this SQL server, guys? Where we are going to use this subject or concept or technology or software, and why SQL server, and the course duration, who can learn this, how to practice this, what should be the lab setup and prerequisites for setting up the lab, and softwares and nodes, which meeting software will use, how we'll manage the recordings, doubts, exercises, all these things will be discussed in the first class, guys. Okay, as it is a first class, I'll go too slow. Okay, mostly it's not like second class onwards too fast. So I'll try to, like, once you are on the track, I'll try to explain extra things and also that your brain will accept the things. One more extra point I just want to add. This is very important. Shanmukh, I'm not from technical background. I'm a non-technical guy. Believe me, guys, when compared to technical guys, non-technical guys can learn the subject properly. Why? Because you are with empty-minded, so your mind will accept anything. And don't think in the colleges, like even though you are a technical guy, even though he's a technical guy, don't think in the colleges they are going to teach what is SQL Server and the like all these things about the SQL Server. No, even though he's a technical guy, it's new to him. Even though he's a non-technical guy, it's new to him. For everyone, it's new only. And when you're learning any technology, you should treat yourself as a non-technical guy. Then only you can learn properly from the roots, from the very basics. So till now, whoever is having, I'm a non-technical background, I'm from non-technical background, leave it. everyone is from non-technical background only. Why? Because if you don't know the things, there is no difference between technical and non-technical. In our 28 participants, maybe some are already working. They are also technical people, but they are new to this technology. They are new to this technology. So everyone, even though you are a non-technical or technical, I can say treat yourself as a non-technical and come with fresh minds and learn the things. So just leave that point from this point onwards. Okay, just leave that point that I'm from non-technical background. Leave it. It's very helpful if you are from non-technical background so that you will be with fresh minds and you can learn anything. Okay, fine. So now let's discuss what is SQL Server first, and then we'll discuss all other things, guys. So now tell me, guys, before jumping into it, I just want to check your names. I know I can see in the participant list. I just want to check where are you from. Okay. So if you are able to like introduce just name and location, that will be fine, guys. That will be fine. Okay. Yeah.
Anjan, Anjan from Mumbai.
Yeah. Okay.
Narendra from Hyderabad, Anna.
Okay.
Mahesh EJ from Pune.
Okay, Mahesh. Yeah.
Ravindra from Vizag.
Okay.
Yeah, Ravindra from Vizag.
Great. Great. Yeah.
Majid from Pune.
Okay.
Shidin from
Chandan
Okay.
from Pune.
Okay.
Josna from Hyderabad.
Okay.
Jairam from
Padmavati,
Hyderabad, sir.
Hmm.
Padmavati from New Zealand.
Okay.
Sandhya from Hyderabad.
Okay.
Niju from Bangalore.
Okay.
Mehboob from Kadri.
Okay.
Pawan Kumar from Hyderabad.
Okay.
Ashutosh from Gwalior.
Okay. Great. Gwalior. Ashutosh.
Madhuramesh from Karnool.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Atharva from Nagpur.
Nagpur. Okay.
Akabam from Ohio.
From Jamshedpur.
Okay. Jamshedpur. Okay. Great.
Asifa from US.
Okay. Alsifa. Thank you for joining. Okay. Kshama. Kshama.
Tabasum from Andhra.
Oh, Tabassum. Okay. Okay. So anyone left, guys?
Tabam from US.
Okay. Great. Tabang. Okay. Fine. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the introduction. Right. Okay. So let's jump into the session. So first we'll start with the what is SQL Server, where we are going to use this SQL Server. Okay. Where we are going to use this SQL Server. So let's try to understand the SQL Server with this application. I mean to say with this diagram. So let me open this, which will help you to understand the things clearly. So now if you see on the screen, for example, you are doing a shopping, guys. Okay. Now some offers are going on, Great Indian Sales, Big Billion Days, something going on now. Okay. Now everyone, at least they will buy something, small or big, something they will buy. So now you are trying to buy something. You just opened the Amazon application, right? And just trying to buy an iPhone. Guys, just a quick update. If you don't have questions, please be in mute. So if you have questions, you can unmute, you can ask the questions, and immediately you can be in mute, guys. It will be recorded, so it will create some disturbance for you in the recordings and all. Okay, fine, thank you. Right. So now I want to buy this iPhone, guys. What I'll do, I'll just click on this iPhone. Okay. So now when I just clicked on this iPhone, if you observe, when I just clicked on this iPhone, immediately I can able to see the data, guys. Okay, immediately I can able to see the data about the particular product. So what is the name of the product? How many reviews? What is the cost of the products? In case if you are going for EMIs, how much you have to pay? How many months you have to pay? Any bank offers, whether delivery is there at your location or not. If it is there, when it is going to be delivered, and about some like product information, specification, colors, everything you can see about this device, guys, about this product. So what is this, guys? What is this? What is this? Just generally tell me. What is this?
Product information.
Information, right? Product information. Very good word, product information. So from where we are getting this data? This is simply I'll use one word called data. From where we are getting this data? We
From
should able to get
database.
correct. Very good. Very nice. So all knows that database is a software which will help you to store the data. So we are getting this data from any database. It can be a SQL server. It can be some other database. That is different. So database will help you to store the data, and whenever required, now you are trying to buy the product. Now you want to see the product information. Whenever required, you should be able to recollect the data. Okay, you should be able to recollect the data. So whenever there is a need, I mean to say you should be able to retrieve the data. Whenever there is a need, you should be able to retrieve the data. So how the things will work in the back end when you click on this product, why I'm able to get only iPhone information? Why not Galaxy? If you click on iPhone 13, why you are able to get only iPhone 13, guys? Why you can't see in a Galaxy or iPhone 14 or iPhone 15? So what's happening exactly in the back end? When you click on this device, when you click on this phone, if you click on this, you'll get one product information. If you click on this, you'll get another product information. Means for every click on this platform, there is a meaning. Right now, you're able to see Samsung information. Why? Because I clicked on the Samsung device. If you click here, you can see OnePlus. If you click here, you can see IQ. If you click here, you can see iPhone. If you click here, you can see Galaxy. If you click here, you can see again IQ. So for every click, there is a meaning, guys. For every click, there is a meaning. So what's exactly happening when you click on this product? Okay, so let's try to understand using this diagram. So when you open the application in the browser, okay, when you open the application in the browser can be Google Chrome, it can be Firefox, it can be Internet Explorer, Edge, something like that. Okay, when you opened any application, I'll tell you what is application. Simply we'll use one word called website. So to open the websites, we'll use browser, right? You will open browser and we'll type www.amazon.in or .com we'll type. So when you just type amazon.com, so what's happening, guys? The request initially, this is called three-tier architecture, guys. This is called three-tier architecture. For every application, this three-tier architecture is mandatory. For every application, all the applications will run based on the three-tier architecture. It is very important to learn this three-tier architecture. Try to understand when you click on iPhone, why you are getting only iPhone information, what's happening exactly in the backend. Try to understand. Then, if you have any issues while working with the application, you can easily, if you have an idea on the architecture of the application, usually you can talk to the customers. If you don't know what's happening in the back end, you might feel that is a database issue. That can be some other issues also. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. So when you open that website, www.amazon.in, a request will goes to Amazon Web Servers, guys. Okay, a request will goes to Amazon Web Server. First, in the three-tier architecture, the first server will be web server, guys. So what this web server will do? Web server will help you to convert IP into name into IP, guys. What is IP and all, I'll tell you, don't worry. So whatever you learn new today, the new words will be discussed everything clearly in the coming classes. You don't worry. So
Sanmukh, I have one doubt.
yes, please.
Actually, what is the web server and why we actually use for that?
Yes. Okay. Web servers. See, for example, now we're all using smartphones. Okay. In the smartphones, we have a one application called phone book. Phone book will be used to store the contacts, right? If you don't store the contact, you can see their number. If you store the contact, what will happen, guys? While calling, you are going to type the number or name. Search. You are going to search the number or name, guys. You will search with the names mostly, right? You will open
Yes.
your phone book. You will search the name daddy you want to call to daddy. So you will just open the phone book and you will just search for daddy and then you will click on call. So daddy contact will be there in your phone, in my phone, in everyone's phone. Daddy contact, mummy contact will be there. When you click on daddy contact, internally one number is associated to that daddy contact in your phone, correct? You already saved daddy contact number with the daddy name. So when you click on that, you no need to remember the number. Directly, if you click on that daddy, automatically call will goes to that particular number only, correct? So what is this application doing, guys? It is converting your number into name. At the same time, when you are getting call from your daddy, you can see his name. Means as you already saved that contact, you can see his name. So phone book, what it is doing? It is converting your number into name and name into number. Correct? So Amazon.in or .com, to contact this website exactly, you should use one IP address. But if Amazon is saying without giving Amazon name, hey, Anjan, use 192.168.1.1 to open our website. Use 172.169.145 and 231 to open our Amazon.com website. How many IP addresses you can remember like that? If they are not giving any name, directly giving IP addresses to remember, how many IP addresses you can remember? Guys, tell me how many of you are able to remember 10 contacts in your phone book? 10 contacts. I guess no one, right?
Hardly 10 to 15.
No, we can remember, but how much you remember till now? Hardly 2, 3 contacts
Yes.
or up to 5 contacts we can remember.
Yes.
Nowadays, we are not at all even like trying to remember the things also. We are simply using that application. So it's very difficult. Like that, we are going to use lot of application on a daily basis. We'll use Amazon, we'll use WhatsApp, we'll use Flipkart, we'll use okay for booking cabs and all, Ola, Rapido. So lot of websites, applications we'll use on a daily basis. So to open a website, if I ask you to give, if I ask you to just remember one IP address to open this website, it's not going to work out, guys. So I just want to simplify it. I just want to convert this name into IP into name. So when I type www.amazon.in, like a phone book, when you search for daddy, when you click on daddy, how call will goes to your daddy. In the same way, when you type www.amazon.in or .com, in the back end, one IP address will be there. So it will invoke that IP address, and then that IP address will invoke the Amazon website application, guys. So this web server will help you to convert name into IP address and IP address into name, guys. Is it clear, Anjan?
Uh, Chanmukh, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
As per my understanding, web server is the collection of web pages, right? And the conversion of name to IP or conversion of name to number or number to name, this will be done by the DNS, right?
DNS, see,
server.
initially, just try to understand the things. DNS, what is DNS and all will be like, that is a separate part. So web server, application server, these two are not in our radar. But try to simplify it first initially. So what is DNS? Again, if you jump into DNS and all, that is a component of web server. Some web servers will include the DNS also. Okay, so it is a component of DNS. The traditional three-tier architecture will do these things. Okay, so yes, it's a collection of web pages, but before that, try to understand it simply by just simple points. Then you can slowly jump into the technical things and then we can learn it. But initially, web server will help you for IP services front end. You can see here IP services front end. Okay, so just try to understand like this. Later, slowly, I mean to say, we are not going to cover any web server, application server. We are just trying to understand how traffic is coming and how we are able to see the data on the screen. Okay, technically, yes, there are some other things involved in that, but I am trying to simplify it, as like we are having some non-technical people. We are trying to simplify it how the things will work. Okay, Chandan?
Yeah, Shanmugh, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, so then what web server will do? Web server will send that request to application server of your Amazon. Okay, web server will send that request to application server. So what is an application, guys? Tell me. What is an application? What is an application? So application,
iPhone.
yeah, anything. So application is nothing but an interface between the user and the backend database, guys. Application, like whenever I type www.amazon.in, you can see, right? So this is your interface. Okay, so this is your interface, guys. Using this interface, I can connect to database. Why? Because, guys, application is just a front end. See, the layout that you can see on the screen is one application. The shortcut is app. App is nothing but an application. So this is just a front end. It will act as an interface between your user. I am trying to access this website now. I am the user. If I want to talk to database, why? Because the database, the data, whatever data you can see, whatever items you can see here, all these products, at the end of the day, the data will be stored in any database, guys. But I cannot talk to database directly. I'll take the help of one interface. That interface will talk to database and it will give you the data like this. So application will act as an interface between the user and the database. So using multiple softwares like Java, HTML, PHP, like using these softwares, we can design the application, guys. Again, application cannot store any data. Application is just an interface. It's just an interface between the user and the database. Okay, so now if you see here in this diagram, so this is your database server, guys. This is your database server. So to deal with the database server, you should know some queries. But Shanmugh, you said, right, there is no coding required and all. Then again, why we need queries and all? Query is nothing but a coding kind of thing. So you will not execute any query, guys. So when you are accessing the application, when you click on iPhone, in the back end, that application will help you to prepare one query and it will invoke that query on the database. Then database will execute that query. I told you, right, we have many phones in the Amazon website. But why we are able to get only iPhone 13 information? Why? Because when you click on this product, automatically, you can understand when you click on this, you will get this product information. When you click on this, you will get this product information. Means what's going in the backend, guys? So a query is running to pull the data of this product. And when you click here, another query is running to pull the data of this product. Means for every click, the query, I can say a command to understand easily. One command is running to pull the data of this product. When I click on this, another command is running to pull the data of this product. So for every click, there will be one command. We can say query that will run on the database. And when you run any query, it will give you the output. So the traffic is coming from your browser to web server, and then web server is sending it to the application server, and application server is sending that request to the database server. And on the database server, some queries are going to run, which will give you the output. That output database server is giving it to the application server, and application server is giving it to the web server, and finally web server is giving it to the browser. Then you are able to see the data like iPhone 13. So this is 1, 2, 3, executing query 4, 5, 6, and 7. When you click on any product, in the back end, see how many actions are going on, guys. We are simply clicking on the product. We are just simply clicking on the product. But how many actions are going on? For every click, it is undergoing for 7 actions. Then you are able to see the data. Why we have to understand this architecture? Actually, Rashid, any questions? Rashid, any questions, Rashid? Okay, fine. So why we have to understand this concept, guys? For example, if there is no power in our building, what we will do, guys? If there is no power in our home, what we will do generally?
We will check if power is not available in particular room or total
Very good.
like whole house
Very good.
or neighbors
Very
and
good.
also
Yes.
main.
Sir, your voice was breaking.
Yes. Okay. So first we'll check whether the power is not there in that room, or in the whole room, whole home, there is no power. Then we'll check in case if there is no power to the whole home, then we'll check with others, maybe neighbors having a power, or we are having a power issue and all. We'll check with neighbors. So even if they are also not having a power, maybe there is an issue with the whole building. Okay. So there can be an issue with the room, can be an issue with the home, can be an issue with the apartment or building, can be an issue with the street, can be an issue with the area, can be an issue with the region. So don't know where is the issue exactly, right? We don't know where is the issue exactly. So like the same way, when you are handling the issues, someone will suddenly, they will ping you and they will ask you, hey, database DBA team, we are not able to connect to the database. Please, can you please check it? So if they are not able to connect to the database, there might be a really a database issue, or if web server is down, you cannot connect to database. If application server is down, you cannot connect to database. If database server is down, you cannot connect to database. If network is down, you cannot connect to database. If that guy is not using proper VPN softwares, they cannot connect to database, or proper third-party softwares, they cannot connect to the application or database. There might be an issue with the permissions. There might be an issue with the connections. There might be an issue with the servers. There might be an issue with the networking. Lot of things involved. So if you know this 3-tier architecture, you can talk to them in a better way, what error you are getting while executing or while trying to connect. It can be a permission issue. If you don't have permissions, you cannot connect. It can be a web server issue. It can be an application server issue. It can be a database server issue. It can be a network issue. So you should be able to identify. So we are not going to cover all the issues, right? If it is a database issue, then only we are going to cover. So in the same way, if power is not there, it can be our home issue, our building issue, our line issue, our street issue. It can be anywhere. So if you don't know this three-tier architecture, if someone is pinging you, hey, database team, hey, DBA team, the application is not running, or simply my application is not able to come to database. So we'll do the health checks from DBA side. If DBA side, if everything is good, network team has to look into it, application team has to look into it, Windows team has to look into it. So lot of teams will be involved, guys. So that's why I'm trying to say all these things, guys. In the organization, sometimes you will get these kind of things. So you know you need not to worry, guys. You just have to check whether this is really a database issue or it might be another issue. If it is not a database issue, you can simply route the issue to some other team. If database side everything is looking good, you can route it to other teams. So that's why to understand that, you should know this three-tier architecture, how you are getting the traffic, and how the traffic is going. So when you are able to understand these things, then you can easily handle the things. So for example, even if it's a Windows issue or network issue, sometimes as it is a, if database is involved, first they will ping database team only, DBA team only. So we will simply check whether database is up and running or not from database side. If database is really up and running and there are no errors found in the logs and all, I'll show you how to check. So we'll simply update the user, hey, database side everything is looking good. Maybe there is an issue from the application side or from the networking side. Please, can you check with them? Like that, you can just talk to them gently. You can talk to them so that they will check. Why? Because people, as they don't know, like initially when you started your career, so you will be like, if this kind of issue came, then definitely you will worry like how to troubleshoot and all. You will just Google it. You will not get the solution. Why? Because if these kind of issues are there, generally either we have to fix it in 30 minutes or we have to escalate it, guys. So we'll hesitate to escalate. We will hesitate to ask colleagues. Maybe I don't know. So that's why, maybe like that you will think. So that's why I try to understand the architecture so that you can easily handle such kind of scenarios in the organization, guys. Is it clear now about three-tier architecture?
Yes,
Okay.
Anmol.
Yes, Anmol.
Yeah. So now the front end applications will generally will use one word called front end applications. Why? Because when you open website in the front end, you can see application only. So front side it will be there, right? So like it will act as a front end applications. We'll call applications as front end applications. Why? Because we can see that. Database we cannot see. Database we cannot see. So database will be at back end. So that's
Shanmugh,
why, yes, please.
so we are seeing this user interface, right? These images and all these things will be stored in the database only.
Application related application servers will be there. Product related product
Oh,
information and all will be stored in the database servers.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Right. So we can see the application only. So that's why it's a front end application, but we cannot see database. So database will be backend database. Like that, people will call backend database front end applications. Like that, they will tell. Front end applications means it's an interface, right? So this interface we can see as a front end. So that's why front end applications. Database will be always backend only. So we cannot see the database. Like as a user we cannot see. As a DB you can see. As a user you cannot see. So we can tell like database softwares are backend database softwares, guys. Now if you see here, the third tier, tier 3 is a database, guys. So now here this is a database software, guys. So like we are using different phones. Some people are using iPhones, some people are using Samsung, some people are using Vivo, Oppo, right? We have different phones, right, in the market. Nothing, and what else? Different phones we have. So how we are going to choose the phone, guys? Based on your budget, based on the features, based on the backup, right? Charging and all. So while buying the phone, you will check all these things, right? So no one, I mean to say, not everyone can afford iPhone, right? And some people they don't like iPhone also. Even though they can afford, they don't like iPhone because of the charging issues and all, backup issues and all. They don't like iPhone. Maybe security issues and all. Some apps will not work in the iPhone. Maybe some people they don't like iPhone. So they are going to decide the phone based on the features, advantages, disadvantages, right? By keeping in mind all these things, they are going to finalize one phone and they are going to use that phone. They are going to buy it and they are going to use it. In the same way, backend is a database software. This database, there are different database softwares, guys. There are different database software. So what is actually a SQL server? Okay. SQL server. Let's discuss this first. So the backend is a database software. So we have multiple database softwares in the market. We have multiple database softwares in the market, guys. Okay. SQL server, we'll call it as MS SQL server, is one database software. MS SQL server is a database software. And like Oracle, tell me, guys, what and all softwares you know in the backend? I mean, it's a database software. Oracle,
MySQL, NoSQL,
MySQL,
Oracle,
NoSQL,
MongoDB.
Postgres, MongoDB. Very good. Okay, next. IBM DB2. Next. Sybase. Next.
Cassandra,
Cassandra,
Kafka.
Kafka, T-SQL. No, it's not database
Vertica.
software. Yes, it's a language.
HANA,
Okay,
HANA also.
very good. HANA. So these are all different database softwares like iPhone, Samsung, okay, Oppo, Vivo, nothing. So like that, OnePlus, like that, these are all different database softwares in the market. So based on their application, for some applications, MS SQL Server is feasible, guys. For some application, Oracle is feasible. For some of them, MySQL. For some of them, NoSQL. So based on their application, based on their budget, based on the licensing cost, based on the security, okay, they are going to decide which database software they want to use as a backend. So the backend database software can be an MS SQL Server, this one. This one can be an MS SQL Server. This one can be an Oracle. This one can be MySQL. This one can be NoSQL. This one can be MongoDB. This one can be Postgres. This one can be DB2. Lot more based on their requirements. They are going to choose one database software. So if they are using MS SQL Server, then our work will start as a MS SQL DBA. DBA, Database Administrator. Those who are administering the databases called Database Administrator, guys. The job is a database administration. So you are going to do administration, guys, kind of maintenance, maintaining the database, configuring the database, taking care of the database, installing the database, giving permissions, giving access, providing safety to the databases by taking backups, providing security to the databases. So all these things will be done by the DBA, guys. So this backend can be a MS SQL, this backend can be some other database softwares also. So if you can see sometimes in the Naukri and all, if you can see DBA means who is handling the databases is a DBA. Who is handling the databases is a DBA. So you can be a SQL DBA if you are handling SQL Server. If you are, you can be an Oracle DBA if you are managing with Oracle. Like if you are using MySQL, you're in a MySQL DBA. So not all DBAs are same, guys. Depends upon the technology. SQL DBA, okay, Oracle DBA, MySQL DBA, NoSQL DBA. So different DBAs are there, guys. Different DBAs are there. This is how you have to understand. Okay, so the backend, if they are using SQL Server as a backend database software, then as a MS SQL DBA, our work will start. Is it clear, guys, now? How we are able to get the data in the website, how we can see the data in the website. So to get the data, three servers are involved, three tiers: web server, application server, and your database server also. All these servers has to be up and running. If web server is down, then it cannot send the request to application server. Okay, if it cannot send it to application server cannot send it to database, so user cannot see the data. If application server is down, same thing. All the three servers has to be up and running. If any servers are down, or if the network, how these servers are connected, guys, how these servers are connected? Using network. So if if the network is also down, then that will be a problem. All the servers, all the tiers should be up and running. Network also should be up and running. Okay, so based on that, the application will work properly, guys. Otherwise, it can create many issues. Okay, guys, is it clear now about the backend?
Yes, Anna.
Everyone,
Yes,
everyone is
Shanmugh.
clear, guys? Okay.
Yes, Shanmugh.
Yes,
Yeah,
Shanmugh.
Yes.
understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to know, what is the difference between NoSQL and SQL database?
See, depends how the data is storing. Every database softwares, please be muted. Every database softwares will have their own algorithm to store the data, to retrieve the data, to process the data. So that is their own mechanism. MySQL will work with a different mechanism. NoSQL will work with a different mechanism, and even MS SQL also will work with a different mechanism. Okay, so MS SQL generally, if you go with MS SQL, why MS SQL was so popular? Because of this GUI feature. GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, like other database technologies, you should learn operating system also separately. But MS SQL Server, no need to learn operating system. Windows operating system will use mostly. 99.99% will use only Windows operating systems. So already you are familiar with Windows. You are handling laptops. Since years you are handling laptops. So no need to learn extra operating system. No need to learn the platform. If you go for other DB technologies, you have to learn Linux also. So like this, there are different plus and minus are there. So based on that, okay, we'll discuss further. Okay, in other classes, guys. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
fine,
Shanmugh.
fine, guys. So now let me clear these things. All right. Right. So what is SQL Server, guys? I'll create one document, okay, uh, which will be a cloud document. So you will have access to throughout the course. We'll use the same, okay, document, guys. So you should be able to access, okay. Let me go with this forms, not forms, docs.google.com.
Shall we get the recordings of these classes?
You will get it. You will get it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When we will get it that recorded? After class or?
Uh, Generally, it should be after class only. After the class, initially, few classes I'll upload. I'll create a playlist. Okay, like 10%, 15% like that. I'll upload in the YouTube, and for the registered student, directly you will get it to the Google Drive. Okay, you can able to see directly in your Google Drive itself. After 2, 3 classes like that, the will start uploading it to the Google Drive, and sometimes not regularly, we'll try to upload in the YouTube also. So you will get directly to your Google Drive, guys. Okay, fine. So now what is SQL Server, guys? Yes, please.
For permanently, uh,
Yes, you will have a lifetime access. Okay, don't worry. I'll explain all these things. You don't worry, guys. There is a separate discussion on that. Okay, you don't worry. What is SQL Server? SQL Server will start with the basic terminologies. Again, I know people, technical people are there. Okay, so guys, I'm just starting with very scratch. Okay, so I'm trying to simplify the things by using basic terminologies and all initially. Okay, once you're on track, we'll discuss technical things and all. So initially, okay, to simplify the things, I might skip some of the things. Okay, fine. So SQL Server is an RDBMS software. I'll tell you what is an RDBMS software. Simply for now, I'll use is a database software. SQL Server is a database software which will help you, okay, to store the data, process the data, and retrieve the data. Okay, SQL Server is a database software. Okay, so what is SQL Server, guys? It's a database software. Using this database software, what we can do? We can store the data, we can process the data, we can retrieve the data, right? If you go and see the Amazon, in the Amazon database servers, we can store this much of data, millions of products. We are able to store the millions of products data, guys, products information and all in the Amazon database. And when I'm clicking on the iPhone 14, I'm getting only iPhone 14 information. Why? Why? Because it is processing. It is when it is running the query, it is going to process the data, right? So it is processing, then only I'm able to see the iPhone 13 information here. So this is called processing. Even though we have many companies, why I can see only iPhone 13, guys? Because it is processing the data in the backend. And whenever there is a need, I'm just giving an example like this, guys. Processing means I'll tell you, like we'll discuss how the data processing and all will be done in the backend. I'll tell you, I'm just giving an example to simplify the things. So whenever there is a need, I'm trying to retrieve the data also. Whenever there is a need, I'm trying to retrieve the data also. So any software which will help you to store the data, process the data, and retrieve the data is a database software, guys. Whatever we discussed, all the softwares, these are all at the end of the day going to do the same thing. All the database softwares at the end of the day, they are going to do the same thing: storing, processing, and retrieving the data. So now tell me, I'm using one word called data, data. What is that data, guys? What is
Information,
data?
It's a raw fact.
raw facts.
Very good. What is data, guys? Data is nothing but raw facts and figures. Raw facts and figures is called data. Raw facts and figures, guys. So now if you see, where is that? Where is that? Where is that? 1 minute, guys. Yes. So now if you see here, you can see a raw data, guys. There is a difference between data and information. When I asked what is data, someone said information. There is a difference between data and information. So now if you see, what is this, guys? Can you understand anything using these numbers,
No.
names and all? No, right? What is 10,000? We don't know. What is Mahesh? Maybe you know that it is a name. What is IT? What is KR Room? What is ABC Apartments? Maybe we can just guess it, but we are not very sure what is this and all. This is just raw data, guys. Raw facts and figures is called data. So what is information then? If you process the data, then that is called information. Okay? Processed data is called information, guys. Processed data is called information. So just facts and figures, whatever you can see now, this is just data, guys. So we have to process. What SQL Server will do, we'll use one word called storing, processing, and retrieving. By using SQL Server, we can process the data. Processing can be anything. Adding context is also a processing. Adding context to the data is also a processing, guys. So if you just see what is this 10,000, you don't know what is this 10,000, but while processing, I can add a context to this. What is the context, guys? I'll add column names here. Employee ID, employee name is Mahesh, IT, whatever IT we have seen, that is department, his department. And ABC Apartments KR Puram is his address, and the 10,000 is his salary. So by just adding these values, okay, this is called adding context. So I'm just adding context so that you can easily understand, okay, this is Mahesh record. He's an employee who is drawing 10,000 rupees salary and staying in ABC Apartments, KR and he belongs to IT department. You can easily understand now. If you see here, generally, you don't understand, you might understand, you might not get a full clarity on the data. But when you see here, when we are processing the data, you will get a clear idea about this data. That is called information. A processed data is called information. Is it clear, guys? Data and information, everyone. Data and information. Data is nothing but just raw facts and figures, whereas information is nothing but a processed data is called information. So in the same way, like for example, okay, where is this? Okay, just let me do one thing. A note and drawings, clear drawings. Okay, fine. So now, if you see here also, window shift. Okay. Right. Now, if you see, guys, what do you understand these numbers, guys? Can you understand anything? What are these numbers?
No.
Nothing. No.
Just you cannot even guess also. 51, is it A's or something like that? 51, 77, 58, 82, 64, 70. We cannot even guess also. These are raw facts and figures, guys. This is your data. But using SQL Server, I can process it. What is the processing I'll do? I'll simply add one context. I'm not doing anything. I'm just adding, I'm just giving the what these values meant for. I'm just adding one context. These are test scores achieved by a students. These are the test scores achieved by students. Now you get to know that these are all the marks achieved by students, guys. So when you say marks, generally we'll have a tendency who got least marks, who got highest marks, who got highest marks, and what is the average mark, and who is below average and who is above average, right? That is called processing. Okay, that is called processing. So when you add context to the raw data, and it will be like a just 1 minute, please. Hello. Right. Okay. So when you add context and the data will be processed, and that will be converted into information, guys. Now you can see average test scores calculated as 67 percentage. This shows that the first student's mark is way below average. Okay, he got, as average is 67, he got 51. He's like way below average. So we can easily identify. So that is called processing the data, guys. So using SQL Server, we can do all these things. So SQL Server will be used to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. That is the advantage of the SQL Server, guys. Okay, to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. So where this software will be used, guys? This software will be used as a backend database softwares for any applications. For any applications, this software will be used as a backend database software. Right. What exactly a DBA will do in the organization? What he is going to do exactly in the organization? What is his roles and responsibilities? Once you got the job, what and all things that you are going to perform? Okay. So will be discussed after a short break. So I'll be back after 10 minutes, guys. Okay, you please stay here. Like I mean to say, stay in the call. You can just, as this is early morning, just complete your things and all and just come back after 10 minutes. Okay, I'm not going to close the link. Just link will be like active only. Meeting will be like this only. Just we'll continue this after 10 minutes, guys. Okay. Right. I'll be back after 10 minutes, guys. Fine. So what a DBA will do, okay? What kind of activities he will perform on a daily basis. So we'll discuss first, okay? So generally a DBA, okay? Let me go back to this DBA activities, okay? Okay. So a DBA generally is responsible for installing and maintaining the SQL servers, guys. A SQL DBA is responsible for installing and maintaining the SQL servers. Like you have to install the SQL servers and you have to maintain the SQL server. Maintenance of the application is also application in the sense SQL server. You have to take care. Okay. So sometimes, okay, when there is a need, we have to give the permissions. We have to create the login. Login means an entry in the SQL server so that they can access the, not everyone can access the SQL server, guys. Why? Because it can be a sensitive data. When you are doing shopping, you will give your credit card information, debit card information, bank account details. So very sensitive data, right? So that's why not everyone can access the all the data, guys, can access all the data based on their roles and responsibilities. If there is a really, this guy has to access the data as per his roles and responsibilities and duties, then only we'll give permission. So for giving permissions, first we have to create an entry. That entry is called a login. And as a DBA, we have to provide the security to the data by giving permissions and all. Okay. And one more major duty that we have to perform or responsible is we have to provide safety to the data. Right? You are storing terabytes of data. But if there is no safety, in case if something went wrong, if the server is down, the database is corrupted, if there is no safety to the data, imagine in the same Big Billion Days or Great Indian Festival, this one fails, and if you buy a lot of things and the payments and all everything is completed, suddenly the database is corrupted and it's not showing your record, you lost the money, you are not going to get any products also. In that scenario, if something went wrong with the databases, with the servers, with the infrastructure, how you should be able to recover? That is called safety. So to achieve safety, we have one option called backups. How we can achieve safety, guys? How we can provide the safety to the data? By using the backups, right? So we are going to take the backups on a regular basis. So we'll take the backups on a regular basis. That is one way of providing safety. So as a DBA, we have to take the backups regularly for every database. And if there is a need, we have to restore the data. So that is called like taking backups and restoring into another environment is called database refresh activity. So as a DBA, we will perform database refresh activities also. What is database refresh activities, guys? Generally, in the organization, we will have multiple environments, guys. In the organization, we will have multiple environments. So what is this multiple environments in the sense? Now, whatever you can see the application, whatever you can see now, it's a live application, guys. Live application means what? End users are accessing this application, right? End user, I am the end user. You are the end user. Those who are accessing the application, they are the end users. So when you are trying to open www.amazon.in, if it is not loading or if it is taking time to load or it is throwing an error, bad gateway, page not found, these kind of things if you are getting means, are you going to use that website, guys, to do the shopping and all? No, right? We cannot use it. So if the application is not available continuously, users will not use that application. If users are not using, it's a big revenue loss to the application, right? Correct, guys? If the application is down,
Yes, sir.
and that too Great Indian Festival, lot more users will connect and they will do the shopping. If the application is not available, definitely it's a big loss to the company, which is not at all a good. If the company is in losses means it's a loss to the employees also, right? Fine. So now this is called your live application. Whatever you can see, okay, on the screen, the Amazon.in, that is called live application, called production application. The terminology that we use is production, guys. It's a production environment. So now they are trying to introduce this offer, guys. Great Indian Festival shop now will get SBI card 10%. It's not a 365 days offer, right? Yearly once or twice or thrice maybe we'll get this offer. So when they are introducing this offer, what they will do? They will do some changes to the website, right? Like deals live now, 10% instant discount on debit card, credit card, like that. They are going to change their banner. Correct, guys? This is a production environment. Production means the live application. You can say production environment. If production is down, if Amazon production is down, production servers are down, can you access Amazon website? What is production environment, guys? If the application is accessible to the end users, where they are fulfilling their requirements like purchasing and all these things, that is called production environment. So if production server is down, the servers that making this production environment live, up and running, those servers are called production servers. So if production servers, any of the production servers are down, like any of the production web server, any of the production application server, any of the production database server, the whole Amazon will be down. If Amazon is down, business will be down, right? So that's why the application should be up and running 24/7 by 365 days, guys. They should be available 99.9999. As much as you can, the application should be available. If the application is down for 1 minute also, can you guess in this minute how much data it is going to generate, how much business it is going to generate throughout the globe? Millions. If 1 minute the production, the Amazon is not working, millions of business Amazon is going to lose. Okay, so production should be always up and running. If production is not running, then definitely, okay, the business will be down. That's why the servers that belongs to production environment is called production servers. But if you want to do any changes to production environment, like deals starting now, deals live now, 10% instant discount. So if you want iPhone 13, 39,999. This is today's price if you are trying to buy iPhone. It's 40,000 nearly, right? Tomorrow, after offer, the price can be changed, right? So the banner they will not keep as it is, right? Tomorrow, after the sales is over, again it might go to 49,900. So this is not fixed. These banners will be changed as per the offers. Correct, guys? Is it true? Clear, everyone? Right? So now, if you are doing changes directly, for example, now corona vaccination is there. Everyone knows about it. So when corona came, immediately we did not get the vaccine, right? It took some time. So what they did? What they did, guys? So they just identify, they just study the disease or whatever it is, pandemic. Then they just checked it. They tried understanding that, okay, that corona, what I can say, virus, okay. Then without studying the virus architecture, you cannot easily, okay, create the medicine, right? You cannot, okay, prepare the medicine and all. So then they studied that virus and then they prepared a medicine. So directly they gave the medicine to the public, guys? No. First they will give it to some bacteria, then they will give it to rats, then they will give it to monkeys, then they will go for clinical trials. What is a clinical trial, guys? What is a clinical trial?
Human trials.
Human trials. People have to register for that. You have to face the side effects. They will, companies, pharmaceutical companies will pay some money to you. Okay? Like they will directly do the experiment on you. And clinical trials, they will go for clinical trials. They will check first, they will give it on the rats. They will see all the side effects of the particular, whether it is fulfilling the requirements or not, whether that vaccine is fulfilling the requirements, it is achieving the target. Any side effects, what kind of side effects? Then they will check on the rats first. That is the testing, right? That is for testing. Then if they are satisfied, they will give it to the monkey. If any side effects are there, they will correct their formula and again they will create one more vaccine and again they will give it to monkeys and they will check the side effects. If everything is looking good, then they will go for clinical trials. So initially they will go for group of people with different age groups, from kids to old age people. They will go for the clinical trials. They will see what and all side effects are there, whether they are achieving their target, whether their medicine vaccine is working or not properly. So after checking all these things, in case if any problems are there, any side effects are there, they will change the combination, plus or minus. They will change the combination, dosage and all, everything they will change it. Finally, the refined medicine will be introduced to the public, right? So these are all that rats, monkeys, clinical trials. These are all the various stages of testing, guys. So now if Amazon is trying to introduce one offer to the public, they will not directly change their website, guys. This is production. We don't know if some directly, like the same thing, if directly corona vaccination is giving to the public, we don't know what will happen. It might give a lot of side effects, right? So they will not directly change the website production server. They might give some disturbances, some problems and all, some challenges and all. So to identify what they will do, they will use some testing environments, guys. Those testing environments called non-production environment. The live application is called production environment, and the other testing environments is called non-production environment. So two types of environments, guys, mainly. Two types of environments in the organization. Okay, production and non-production. Prod, non-prod. Okay, prod, non-prod, guys. This is production environment and this is non-production. Why, guys? Pronunciation is also very important. I can see sometimes when giving the interviews, they will tell proud environment, non-proud environment. They are new to this, right? This is prod. Prod means production environment, non-production environment. So production means a live environment, guys. Live environment, which is very, very careful, guys. Very careful. Not all can access live environment. Only few people can access live environment. If something went wrong, the live application will be down. If the live application is down, the business will be down. If the business will be down, job will be down. Okay, so very, very important. It's so you have to like handle with care, guys, when you are dealing with production environment. But if I want to do any changes on the production, I cannot do direct changes on the production. So I have to use a non-production environment for testing purpose. For testing purpose. So in the non-production, we have like how rats, monkeys, clinical trials, different stages are there in the non-production also. We have different non-production environments, guys. Stage servers, test servers, dev servers, QA servers, UAT servers. These are all different non-production environments, guys. UAT, QA, dev, test, stage, these are all different. So in case if they want to introduce any offer, first they will check it in the non-production environment. They will see how the application is performing after changing the application. Any challenges are there. If any challenges are there, they will change their logic. They will change their coding. They will change their queries and they will try to again run it on the non-production. If on the non-production, if they are satisfied with the results on the non-production environment, then only those changes will be implemented on the production environment, guys. Is it clear? Different types of environments. Clear? Is it clear, guys, everyone?
Yes, Anna.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are going to deal with all these environments, guys. Some applications will have production and maybe stage test dev. Some application will have all types of environments. Why? Because in the applications also, less critical applications will be there, more critical applications will be there, critical applications will be there, normal applications will be there, old applications will be there, legacy applications will be there. So not for all we are going to maintain the 6 environments, guys. If it is very critical environment like Amazon, we'll have all the environments. If very less critical application, for example, in the organization, we'll use to apply the leaves, we'll use one internal application. To book the cab in the organization, we'll use one internal application. So they are not so critical. The users also limited users in the organization. Only it will be limited users. So if the application is down, only limited users will be affected. If Amazon is down, millions of users will be, you can even experience, guys, WhatsApp is down, right? WhatsApp is down. All meta services are down. Facebook, WhatsApp, Insta, all these meta services are down for a time. If you don't, whether you remember or not, one day what happened, not recently, the whole night, 11 o'clock to early morning, 6 o'clock, WhatsApp is not, it's not up and running, guys. WhatsApp is completely down. Recently also we faced issue with meta services. Okay. So these are all millions of WhatsApp down means across the globe, I guess 200 crore people are using. 20 million people are, not 20, yeah. 200 crore means how much, guys? How many million? 1 million, 10 lakhs. 1 crore, 10 million, huh? Yeah. 2000, yeah, 2000 million guys affected, guys. So multiple users will be there throughout the globe. So if these kind of applications are down, then it will be a very problem. It will be a big problem, like their business also can be down. So that's why not every application will have all the environments. For example, there is a legacy application which is not generating any revenue. For that, why I have to maintain all 6 environment, guys? Maintaining environment, we have to go with the Windows Server, SQL Server, some third-party apps. So we have to pay licensing also, storage, networking. So lot of things you have to buy. So if it is a legacy application, if it is an old application, if it is just normal application which is not generating any revenue, so you might have only one on-prod and one, one production environment. If it is a critical application, all the environments you can see, stage servers will be there, test will be there, dev will be there, QA will be there, UAT will be there, and at last prod will be there. After checking all these environments, if you want to change anything, if you want to introduce anything, you have to first test it in all the environments. If you are satisfied, then they will allow you to touch the production servers to, okay, do the changes on the production servers. So like that, we have different environments, guys. Is it clear, everyone? So we are going to handle all these environments. Guys, process is same, installing SQL Server on production and non-production, same process, but handle with care. As production is a end applicant, like end users are going to use the production server, so you should be very careful when you are dealing with production. Non-production only like internal people, developers, DBAs will use, so it's not an issue. Even if it is down for some time, not an issue. But if production is down for some time, very big issue. That is called P1, priority one issue. Okay. In issues also we have priorities, guys. P1, P2, P3, P4, like that we have priorities. Right. So as a DBA,
Shanmugh,
yes, yes, please.
Shanmugh, could you please explain about UAT? What is that?
User acceptance test. That is also test only. User acceptance test. Some
Basically,
people.
basically, why do we use that UAT?
Same. Why do you use that? Again, we'll install SQL servers again here also. While testing, for example, developers, they are going to write coding, guys, to get the product, to get this product information. Who has to write the code? Developer at the end of the day. Developer only has to write the code. So in that scenario, developers can be good developers, can be bad developers, can use different operators which might increase the resource consumptions like utilization and all. So in the first attempt, they may not write their coding properly. So they are going to use these environments, okay, for improving their, I mean to say, they are going to use the non-production environments to test their logics, to test their coding. And in the non-production, see, production, you are going to connect live application, you are going to connect, and you are going to buy something, and you are going to generate the data. When you are buying something, you will add to the cart and you will buy it. While buying, you will give the address, you are going to give the payment details, either UPI payment or some other credit card, debit card, everything you are going to give all these things. So the data we are generating when we are connected to the live application, when users are accessing the live application, the data will be generated automatically. But non-production, who will connect? No one will connect, right? Non-production servers, no one will connect. Only the internal users will be connect. They will connect and they are going to work with it. Then how they are going to get the real data?
No.
They should get the real data, right, to test it. Without having real data, real-time data, how they are going to test their logic? So that's why the real-time data will goes to production environment, but non-production environment will not get any real-time data. Then how they are going to test it on the real-time data, guys? What is the way? Tell me. Data is there in the production and there is no data in the non-production, but I want to test it on the non-production first. And then how you are going to test it? What is the way we have? Tell me.
By cloning the
Very good.
Backup.
Very good. Very good. Just take the backup. For example, if you are editing any photo, what you will do first? You will just keep a safe copy of that photo and then you will change the other copy, right? In the same way, just take the backup of production database and restore it to the non-production server. So you'll get the real-time data. So developers can test it. So UAT, QA, dev, test stage, these are also same test servers, guys. Some organizations, they will use UAT, some organizations, they will use test. So you should know the terminologies, right? That's why I mentioned all the non-production environments. UAT is also a test servers. Okay. So what they will do, they are going to test it, their logics and all, they are going to test it. Even DBA also. If you want to implement one change, if you want to introduce one feature, directly on the production will not enable that feature. First we'll enable that feature on the non-production. We'll observe it, we'll check it, how it is behaving. If everything looks good, then only we'll implement that feature on the production. Are you getting the point, guys, now? Is it clear? Everyone?
Yes, Shanmugh.
Yes.
Fine. So, as a DBA, we have to perform refresh activities. Database refresh. Refresh means not right-click refresh. Take the backup of production and copy the data, the backups to the non-production and restoring it to the non-production servers is called database refresh activities. Weekly, we'll do this activity as a DBA. Okay, so that also you should know how to do. I'll show you backup restore how to do. We'll discuss, guys. You don't worry. Okay, database refresh activities, any backup failures, any restore failures, any other failures that we have to take care as a DBA. Creating jobs and maintenance plans, that is also our responsibility, guys. Okay, we have to create the plans and we have to create the maintenance plans. What is this jobs and maintenance plans? We'll discuss in the automation. We have a separate classes on this automation, guys. Job means you are going to handle thousands of databases, but you have to take regular backups on these thousands of databases. So it is very difficult. Sometimes it is impossible to take the backups manually on these thousands of databases. For that, we'll use one automation. That tool called job, guys. Jobs. Okay, jobs means it's a kind of a mechanism which will automate the things, whatever it is, either backups, restores, or any other things. Whatever you want based on the query, it is going to automate. So using jobs concept, we can automate the things. Jobs and maintenance concept, we can automate the things. So that also will be discussed. That also will be discussed in the automation. And as a DBA, we have to take care of the jobs and all. Jobs in the sense SQL Server jobs. Okay, so that is also one more responsibility as a DBA we have to do. Guys, the coming terminologies are little bit difficult to understand, but don't worry. We have 4 months time to discuss everything, and especially first 2.5 months we'll cover the SQL DBA, right? So you don't worry, slowly we'll go. Okay, just we have to know what and all things we are going to learn, right? So that's why I'm explaining all these things, right? Configuring high availabilities. What is this high availability? Now, guys, do you think Amazon will run only on one server, guys? Do you think?
No.
Not at all. We ourselves using 2 SIMs for the high availability. High availability means what? Making the application highly available, right? We are using 2 SIMs. Why? Because if there is no signal in one SIM, at least we'll get the calls to other SIM. If there is no balance in one SIM, at least we can use another SIM. So another SIM is going to act as a standby SIM. Correct, guys? So everyone is using standby. Correct? For high availability. In the same way, millions of people are using these applications. If these applications are down, the business will be impacted a lot. So that's why if something went wrong to Amazon production server, a standby server should be there. Okay, so we should have a primary server, we should have a secondary server, standby server also. If something went wrong with the primary, my secondary server has to take the responsibility. Like switching. We have inverter in our home, right? We have inverter in our home. So in case if main power is gone, that UPS, at least it will save us for some time, right? That is a standby. If power is not there, whatever power it was stored in the UPS, we can use that as a standby, right? Generator is there, UPS is there. These are all standbys. If main power is gone, the UPS or generators at least will help us to survive for some time. In the same way, if my primary application is down, primary server is down, my business will be down. To avoid this, I'll create one standby server. But always data will goes to only one primary server, guys. Secondary server, it will not go. So if I want to move the data from one server to another server, what is the best option we have? Just now we discussed. If we want to move the data from one server to another server, what is the option we have?
Backups and
Backup
restore.
restore.
Migration.
Correct. Very good. Very good. Backup restore. Very good. Very good. So we will have 2 servers, minimum 2 servers in the high availability for extra safety and all. So the data will goes to primary server, and the application cannot connect to multiple database servers at a time. So we have to send the data from primary to secondary server on a regular basis. So that is called synchronization. So we have these techniques called HADR techniques, high availability disaster recovery techniques. Using these techniques will synchronize the data between the servers. Log shipping, backup restore method. In the log shipping, we'll use backup restore method to synchronize the data. In the mirroring, that is also one synchronization method. Using endpoints will synchronize the data. Replication using jobs will synchronize the data. In the clustering, there is no synchronization. I'll tell you how it will work. In the always on, same using endpoints, using private communication channel will synchronize the data. So these HADR techniques, high availability and disaster recovery, high availability and disaster recovery. These HADR techniques will help you to synchronize the data between the servers. Okay, so as a DBA, we have to configure the high availabilities and we have to maintain the high availabilities. Is it clear, guys? Don't worry, what is log shipping? I'll explain. Separate session. What is mirroring? Separate session. Replication, separate session. Clustering, always on. Around 30 hours we'll discuss on HADR. Minimum 25 hours we'll discuss on HADR, guys. So you don't worry at all. Just an introduction of this. High availability is also we have to take care. What is high availability? It's a technique to synchronize the data between two different database servers. Clear, guys? Are we good now? Questions, doubts?
No, clear.
All right. So configuring and maintaining high availabilities is also a database DBA responsibility. So that also we are going to cover. These are all main things. What and all things, the main things on how it will be covered. But what a DBA will do on a regular basis, I am just discussing. So fixing and troubleshooting issues. If any issues are there, we are going to fix it and we are going to troubleshoot it. So fixing and troubleshooting the issues and all, and tuning the SQL server in case if something went wrong, the server is running slow, or application is running slow, or the query is running slow. So in that scenario, how to tune the query, how to tune the SQL server. Okay, so what kind of performance measures will improve the performance of the SQL server? What and all configurations will improve the performance of the SQL server? How we can tune the SQL server? So this is called performance tuning. So that also as a, I mean to say not daily, in case if some issues are there related to performance, that we have to take care of it, guys. So these are the regular day-to-day activities of the DBA. Whatever we discussed, these are the things that generally will use, that you will heard in the organization on a regular basis. Okay, so this is how it will work, guys. This is how it will work. Is it clear, guys? Any questions, doubts about DBA activities?
Okay.
No, Anna.
Creating the link server. Hello, sir.
Creating?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir. Can you call the creating link server and port changing activities?
Creating the server and port changing. See, not creating, it's installing. Installing
Creating link servers.
Yes. Which server? Okay. So
Link servers.
Linked servers, yes. That's why I told you, right? Those are small things. Those are all small things. These are the main. Linked servers, no one will request you on a daily basis, right? Very rarely you will get that. Yeah. I told you that's why the common regular activities that we are going to perform as a DBA, I just highlighted those points. Remaining small things are there. That will be there. As a DBA, we are going to perform those things and all. Okay. Fine. Questions, guys? Questions?
Shanmugh, I have a question.
Please.
Yeah, in case of some servers will have data breaches, right? So what can a DBA do in that situation, and how it will affect the application?
See, data breaches and all on a regular basis, we have to find out the vulnerabilities. Okay, vulnerabilities can be anything like patching and all. Vulnerability fixes will be there. Windows side, see, not only a DBA responsible for this. Data breach means a Windows guy is responsible, a network guy is responsible, a DBA team will be responsible. From DBA team, whatever security measures are there, will take care of all those security measures. But even though we are more secured, okay, if the room is secured, don't think whole home is secured, right? If one room is secured, you don't think whole home is secured. So home is also should be secured, like Windows machine should be secured, network also should be secured. So there are different measures that we'll discuss slowly throughout the course, so you'll get to know all these things, what we will do from the DBA side for to avoid these breaches and all. Okay, yeah. Questions, guys?
Sir, please explain me how to creating a logs and
See, technical things will be discussed slowly, one by one. First class itself, if I told you how to create a locks, then very difficult, right, to understand what is a lock. You have to understand all these things. So locks generally will not create. Automatically will be created as per your data utilization, as per your queries and all. Okay. Lock mechanism and all will be discussed in the performance tuning. Questions, guys? Everything will cover. Okay. Why? Because at certain point of time, if you are covering, then you can understand in a better way. Directly, if I jumped into installation, you don't understand anything. Okay. Background first you have to understand, then slowly one by one, as per the track, as per the syllabus. Okay. First, see, initially what I'll do, I'll start with installations. After this introduction is over, we'll start with installations. And then we'll go with the configurations. After installation, we'll go with the configurations. Then patching. Then your security will come, creating logins, giving permissions and all. Then backup recovery will come, backing up the database, restoring the database. And then automation will come. And then HADR. And then finally performance tuning. Directly, if I jumped into backup restore, you don't understand what is backup, what is restore, how to create a backup job. So one by one, stage by stage will go. Okay, so you don't worry, guys. I'm going to explain all these things. Questions?
Sandeep,
Hmm.
actually, what is the difference between MySQL and SQL?
See, Anjan, the same question you asked in the beginning. Again, you're asking the same question. You are not getting the clear points or what? Like, you have anything in your
Yeah,
mind? See,
actually, I was not clear actually.
you are not clear. So that's what the data
Yeah.
processing can be different. The mechanism of data retrieving, data processing can be different in MySQL. Why? Because I am not a MySQL DBA to explain from MySQL view. Okay, I can explain general way, and they don't ask what is the difference between Postgres, MS SQL, what is the difference between MS SQL and MySQL. No one will ask. Okay, the general way I'm just discussing. Why? Because if I know MySQL, then definitely I can compare the features of MySQL and MS SQL. MS SQL, MySQL, both are not same. People will think sometimes both are
Okay,
same.
means MySQL is having different features and MS
Correct.
SQL having
Yes.
different features.
MySQL is totally different database software. MS SQL is totally different database software. There is no comparison between MS SQL and MySQL. Both are database softwares only. Both are going to be used to store the data, process the data, retrieve the data. But MySQL is a separate database software. Either in the organization, in the project, either people will use either SQL Server, MS SQL. So SQL Server generally will use SQL Server. SQL Server, when I mention, means MS SQL only. Either MS SQL they will use or MySQL they will use. Okay, so though both are different softwares, different database softwares, and with different features. Okay, but there also any database software will have same backup, same restore, but the way that you are doing is different. iPhone you will handle in a different way. Android phone you will handle in a different way. But in the iPhone also you'll have WhatsApp, in the Android also you'll have WhatsApp. Okay, at the end of the day, the functionality is same. But taking backups in the MySQL is different. Taking backups in the MS SQL is different. MySQL high availability features are different. MS SQL high availability features are different. Okay, so the features will be different, guys, between these two database softwares. Okay.
Shanmugh, so actually, for production environment, what level of expense they may expect? Like,
See, to touch the production environment, generally in the organization, associates will be there, junior DBAs will be there, interns will be there. So they are not going to touch the, generally, I'm saying normal organization policy. Shanmukh, in my organization, the 1 year people also touching the production. Yes, general case, generally associate interns and 1 year, less than 1 year people, generally they will not touch production servers. In case if they are still touching, they are accessing the production, they will not have access. First of all, if they are accessing, they might have access only for monitoring. You cannot do any other things. So it's not like a specific criteria, these many years, this many years. Depends upon the application, depends upon the company, depends upon your experience level. Some people, even though I'm 10, now I'm having 12 years of experience, guys. So now when I changed the company, there are some organizations, immediately they'll give access to production. There are some organizations, after checking, like after waiting 2 months or after checking my performance, then only they might ask to, then only they will give access to production servers. They might ask to work on the production servers. So even though we are experienced, depends upon the application criticality. Why? Because they don't believe you. You just came to the, like you just joined in the project. Don't know what you will do, how you are going to deal. You don't know the process. Imagine. Why? Because process will be different from organization to organization. You might know how to take backups. You know how to restore the database, but you don't know the process. In some organizations, to do anything, you have to raise a change request. To create login also, you have to raise a change request. To give the permission also, you have to give the change request. So if you do, that's why to make you comfortable with the process, they will take 2-3 months of time. Once they know that you know the process in the sense, I'm not saying how to take the backup process. Process in the sense, in the organization will have a concept called process. So in the interviews also, they will give priority to the process, how much process you know. Like what I can say, a rule book I can say. It's a kind of a protocols. So we can take the backups or we can restore the database, but directly we cannot go to production server and directly we cannot restore. It might take effect. So we'll raise a change request. Okay, on so and so production server on Saturday night 10 o'clock, I was scheduled to do this activity, or I am planning to do this activity. Please allow me to do that. So you have to inform to the team. You have to inform to the manager, senior manager. Sometimes directors also will be there. Sometimes VPs also. Sometimes CEOs of startup companies also. They should know. They should approve the process. Then only you are good to work on the production servers. So there is no criteria. So production servers, if you want to touch, means in some organizations, they might ask you to work on the production servers directly. In some organizations, you have to follow the process. You have to go through the process and all. You should be comfortable with the process. Generally, 1 year, less than 1 year, you will not have access to the production servers. Still, if you have access, okay, you will not have full control. Just monitoring purpose and all, they will give basic access. Okay.
Okay, now.
Questions, guys?
Is there any concept of cluster multiple nodes in MS SQL?
Yes, we can set up cluster with multiple nodes. We can do that. Yeah.
A database or it is different than other, like Oracle?
See, if you are guys, I guess 1 or 2 Oracle DBS are there in every batch. Generally, we will have Oracle DBS. I'll tell you one thing. Oracle is a database centric, whereas SQL Server is a server centric. Generally, you will call everything as database in the Oracle, but SQL Server is not like that. We'll call servers. Database will be there, but SQL Server is a server centric. Okay, whereas your Oracle and all like will be database centric. Mainly we'll use database kind of word terminologies and all, but generally in the SQL Server side, we'll use the common word called server. Generally, you will use have you connected to the database in the Oracle, but we'll use have you connected to the server. Have you checked the database? Have you checked the server? So database centric and server centric, guys. So your Oracle and all database centric, your SQL Server is server centric. So high availabilities, we have database level high availabilities, we have server level high availabilities also, we have machine level high availabilities also. Okay, Majid? Yeah, any other questions, guys?
Sir, SQL Server developer and SQL Server DBA,
I'll tell
both
you.
are different, sir.
I'll tell you. What is the difference between DBA and developer? I'll tell you. Right. So now I'll tell you that point later. Why? Because you should understand first coding and all. Okay, then you are able to understand the difference between developer and DBA. So here, yeah, let's go with the course outline. Course duration, as discussed, it will be 3.5 months to 4 months, guys. Initially 2.5 months, I am going to take the sessions. Okay, for SQL DBA, complete SQL DBA. Once you are very good with complete SQL DBA, complete SQL DBA will cover up to 90 hours. Sometimes it might cross 90 hours of the training also, 95 hours also. So initially I'm going to take the classes like for the SQL DBA for the 2.5 months, I'll take the classes. Once that is completed, learning Azure is very easy. It's cloud, same concepts will be there, but way of doing the things is little different. So next after SQL DBA, then we'll go with the Azure SQL DBA, guys. So for both to learn completely, roughly 3.5 months to 4 months, you have to prepare, guys. Sharmukh, I have to wait till 4 months to upload the resume. SQL DBA is mandatory for everyone. Azure is not mandatory. They are asking if you have Azure knowledge, it's very good. So after 2.5 months itself, once you are good with SQL DBA, you can upload your resume. No need to wait for 4 months. Okay, with SQL DBA skill, you can upload your resume. But if you
Sir, is there any job opportunity from your side?
I'll tell you, Sunil. Okay, so first you have to learn SQL DBA completely. Once you are good with SQL DBA, then you can learn Azure SQL DBA easily. After learning SQL DBA, you can start uploading the resume. Means after 2.5 months, you can upload your resume. Next, who can learn this course? As discussed, anyone with valid diploma is also fine. I know a lot of people, they entered into IT with just a diploma and experience. That's it. So in the IT, there is no specific education. Some companies, they will accept a diploma also. Some companies will accept graduation. Yes, yes,
I have only the graduation.
Sorry, you have only the
Graduation.
graduation. See,
Yeah.
See, graduation is more than diploma. Okay, I'm not saying you should have both, either diploma or graduation degree is enough. Okay.
So there is no any challenge.
No challenges. That's what I'm saying. Diploma is less when compared to graduation. If you want to enter into IT, guys, the least age is diploma. That's it. Okay. I mean, the least educational qualification is diploma. So at the age of 19 also you can enter into IT. Diploma means when? Generally after 10th, inter, during that time we'll go for diploma, right? So 18, 19 kind of thing. That is the least age to jump into IT. But as a fresher, you might not get. Again, you have to go with some experience and all, minimum 2 years, 3 years, something like that you have to go. So diploma is also fine. Graduation is fine. Post-graduation is fine. Any degree is fine. Agriculture BSc, B Pharmacy, M Pharmacy, MCom, BCom, BBA, MBA, any degree, any grad. There is no specific graduation. Only for freshers, they might ask, okay, you should be from computer science background. If you're experienced, they will not ask you, okay, from like you should have computer science background or no, you should have a valid degree. That's it, a degree, graduation, a valid diploma. That is enough, guys. So anyone can learn this course. There is no specific criteria, but at least you should pass diploma. Okay, so diploma or graduation, anything. Okay, you should be able to complete it, guys. Right?
Shanmugh,
Yes.
yeah, Shanmugh, is this course will cover all versions of SQL Server or latest recent last 4 to 5 versions?
See, in any version, the concept is same. If I explained backup restores for 5 hours, the concept is same in every version. Shanmugh, you discussed it in 2022. Can you tell me 2019 how to take the backup? Process is same, concept is same. It will not be changed. From 2000 version to 2022, concepts are same. We'll discuss as per concepts. Extra features like always on and all will be covered. Okay, so any version, so if you go for migration, whatever the source, whatever target, the process is same. If you go for patching, whatever the version, even though it's a SQL Server 2005 or 2022, we'll do the patching in the same way. So the version is just a number, guys. Okay, the version depends upon the like features. Some features will support, some features will not support. That's it. But all the versions, the same concept will be there. The same concept we are going to discuss. Okay, you can handle with this training, you can handle from SQL Server 2000 to 2022, which is the latest version. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So who can learn this course? Yes, please.
Are you taking any batch which is regular 5 days a week, or you
No,
are
no,
taking
no, no.
only
I am
that?
not taking. I am not taking any regular batch. I am not going to take the batches, regular batches. Since 4 years, I am taking weekend classes only. So again, you will have some doubts. Weekend means like will not cover more, or like we have to sit for long time. You will have these kind of doubts. I'll clear everything. You don't worry. So why I'll take weekends also, I'll tell you. Weekends, generally professionals will have time to attend the classes, one thing. Second thing, for example, if I'm taking weekday classes, I can hardly take 1.5 hours a day. 5 days a week, 5 into 1.5 hours, 7.5 hours a week I'll cover. If you go for 5 classes, if you go for weekends, 4 classes will be there: Saturday morning, evening, Sunday morning, evening, IST, Indian Standard Timings. So 4 classes, 4 you have to attend. Each session 7 to 9:30. With 10 minutes or 15 minutes break, each session is around 2 hours 15 minutes. 4 sessions, 4 into 2 hours 15 minutes will be 9 hours of week we are going to cover. If it is weekdays, it will be 7.5 hours. People will have a general, they will think if it is weekends, we'll cover less. No. Like this, we are going to cover 10 weekends. 10 into 9 hours each weekend, 90 hours. You go and check anywhere, any DBA trainer is spending 90 hours on the SQL DBA training. Anywhere. Hardly 20-30 hours for SQL DBA. If you include Azure, 10 more hours or 15 more hours will be covered. So 30-40 hours the DBA training will be completed if you go for outside. And with us, 120 plus hours of training means 3 times when compared to other trainers. That's why I'm not compromising in the subject. I can complete this in a month. I can start new batch in the next month, but it's not a good thing. You only once you will get a chance to learn the things completely. So that time only you have to learn it. It's a kind of a full meals in my view. So with me, you will get a full meals in the DBA training, guys. You go and check. I am not talking. You go and check with any DBA trainer and ask their duration. Who is spending 4 months? So no one is going to spend. And that too, I am not spending for small things and all. We'll discuss deeply, like you should be able to manage at least more than L2 level, you should be able to manage. In that level, we are going to cover. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, that's how it will be. So weekends, why I am taking weekends? Yeah, you will have a time to sit.
One more thing I need to ask in this course material.
Yes, please.
Is there you are going to take the classes for the on-prem to Azure cloud migration?
Yeah. In the Azure classes, we are going to cover on-premises to Azure cloud.
Cloud migration.
Yes,
Okay, thank
cloud
you.
migration will be covered. That is important. Nowadays, people are moving from their like on-premises infrastructure to Azure, right? So that is important concept. That will be covered in the Azure SQL. Okay. Yeah. So guys, yes,
Doubt.
please.
So right now I have a 5 years experience in
We'll do
some non-IT.
1 minute, just 1 minute, guys. Please don't mind 1 minute. Hello. Right. Okay. So guys, just we'll cover these points. Then you have a lot of questions. I'll explain all these questions. We'll just cover these points. Okay. Fine. So who can learn this course? We just covered how to practice, guys. For practicing, Okay, you have to spend the time, guys. Every weekend, we are going to connect for 4 classes. 5 days a week, you will be free. Take one class a day. You have to spend at least 4 to 5 hours. Why? Because you all going to put minimum 4 to 5 years of experience based on your gap. With our training, you can put 6 years, up to 6 years, 7 years also you can go. But again, little confidence levels, extra confidence levels you needed. Okay, so up to 6 years you can go with our training. You can alone handle the interviews, believe me. You can do the work alone after getting the job with up to 5 years, 6 years level experience. That's for sure. Okay, and you can even touch the production servers also on day one. This is my guarantee. Ah, okay, Astana. Okay, so that's how it will be, guys. Very real time, and we are going to use servers. We are not going to, other trainers, they will install SQL server in the local laptops and they will show you everything. But it's not like that with us, guys. We'll create VMs, virtual machines in the organization, how the servers will be created, how they will handle the servers. In the same way, we'll create the virtual machines, guys. We'll install Windows Server operating systems. We'll install SQL Server operating systems on top of that. See how many virtual machines we created for previous batches. These are for HADR, Active Directory, AD machine, primary machine, secondary machine. And even though, like nowadays, very shameful thing is, even though you are keeping 5 years or 6 years level experience, you don't know how to connect to the server. You don't know how to use RDP. Other trainers, they will not care about you. They will care about the money, and they will complete their training. Okay, once that is done, they will not even show you how to use RDP feature also. You got the job, you will take the proxy support, you got the job. Now in the KT session, they will ask you to share the screen, they will ask you to connect to the server. You don't know which tool you have to open. Seriously, I know a lot of people who lost their jobs by just, okay, no, like they don't know how to connect to the servers also in the organization. RDP, they don't know how to use RDP. Lot of people, but they just check my number in the WhatsApp and in the YouTube, and they just call me. And yes, that is true, I lost the job because of that reason. I mean to say, the students will tell like that. That is the worst thing. You don't know how to connect to the server, and you are claiming that you are having 5 6 years level of experience. You don't know how to connect to the DB server. You don't know how to open SSMS management studio. They will complete their interview, guys. They will do the proxy and all, they will go. That is your responsibility. Once you are into the shoes, you have to walk with that shoes, guys. Very headache if you don't know the things. People, they will come, Shanmukh, first I'll go for interview, then I'll learn the things. First you will get the job, then you will learn. No, you will not get chance to learn the things once you completed the interview, once you got the job. No, the tension will not allow you to learn the things. So always first learn the things properly. Complete, clear your things and all. You should be very clear with every topic. And then, and believe me, whatever we are discussing, you are going to use 15 to 20 percentage in your organization. Believe me, whatever we are discussing, if we are discussing 100%, out of 100%, even though you are having a 5 6 years level of experience, you will use 15 to 20 percentage. After training, people will come to me, Shanmukh, you said lot of things, but we are using just jobs, monitoring things, and small, like some HADRs, we are just doing these things. Why? Because in the exam, maybe you will get 10 questions, but don't know from which corner we'll get all these 10 questions, guys. So we'll read all the textbook of 1,000 pages. So this is also same like that. You have to learn all the topics. If you are if you are lucky, then you might use only few topics in the organization. Some people will be limited to only backups and restores in their organization. So it depends upon their work nature, depends upon their company, depends upon their project, it will be, guys. So we are discussing lot of things, okay, throughout the course. So practice is very important. Again, you all know the importance of practice at the age of 30. No need to explain what is the value of practice and all. So you all know that. But again, Whatever happened is happened till now, guys. At least be serious for for at least 2.5 months for SQL DBA. Later Azure you can easily learn. If you are good at SQL DBA, you can easily learn the Azure SQL. Just simple, very simple. Love the things. Just try to explore it. Forget about the job. Yes, everyone is for job only, but forget about it. Just explore the things. Always think out of box, guys. Just 10 minutes. I will not take more time. So you have to practice just 4 to 5 hours a day. What we have to practice, Shanmukh? I will select this option. If I select this option, this will work like this. If I select another option, what will happen? Try to do an R&D. Try to write down each and every point and don't write it while discussing. Okay? While practicing, you write down, you prepare your own running notes. You prepare your own running notes. So you don't believe every batch how I'll type like this, right? Now you can see, right? This is just running notes for your batch. Okay. Now you see here. Okay. Now you see. Batch 53 running notes, batch 54 running notes, batch 55 running notes. You see, guys, how care I'll take care. See, if you see here from beginning, every point that we are discussing the class in front of you, I'll type and I'll explain. This is the whole running notes. Even though I'll give the notes, still I'll type. Okay, for every concept I'm going to type, guys. So this is how it will be. Every point while discussing with you, I'll type. Why? Because at least it will give you some, what I can say, concentration. Okay, so that's why to improve, I'll add scripts also. Different scripts also I'll add. This is how I'll give you the notes. Apart from that, I'll also give some extra notes for each and every topic. So that much care I'll just take, guys, on you until you settle. After you settled also in the job, I'll be there. And like this, every corner I'm going to take care. And lab setup, okay? How to set up the lab, what kind of prerequisites, like how much RAM. Generally, to set up the lab, to practice all the concepts, we need minimum 8 GB to 16 GB RAM, guys. Minimum 8 GB to 16 GB RAM to practice. i5 processor is good. If not, i3 is also good. Okay, if not, i3 is also good. 8 to 16 GB RAM is good to practice all the concepts. Shanmukh, I'm having 4 GB. For now, you can practice. 30-40 percentage you can practice. Remaining, while like migration, upgradation, and high availabilities, you cannot practice. You have to buy an extra RAM. Buying an extra RAM is around like 1000 to 1500. That's it. If you invest 1000 to 1500 more, you will get like 18 GB, sorry, 16 GB. And anyhow, you will have 4 GB, right? If you have 4 GB, if you buy another 4 GB, that is enough. For 16 is good, guys. It will be fast. So if you spend extra 1500, you will get 8 GB RAM, extra RAM. So 8 plus 4, 12 GB, or 8 plus 8, 16 GB also you can manage. Okay, but it's good that if you can upgrade the RAM, you can practice all the concepts. Otherwise, you can practice only few concepts, guys. So that is the main important thing. RAM is important. Processor from i3, i5, i7, anything is good. Storage, 100 GB free space is enough, guys. 100 GB storage is enough. Free space is enough. Softwares and nodes, I'm going to provide the softwares and nodes. Okay. So every software I'll provide Oracle VirtualBox software. I'll provide Windows servers. I'll provide SQL servers, SSMS, whatever softwares we'll use throughout the course, I'm going to provide the softwares. And notes also, for every topic, separate notes will be there. But I would suggest that to increase your concentration, try to prepare your own running notes, guys. That will improve your confidence and all. Meeting software, will use meeting software, same meeting software, Zoom only. And until further communication, the link is also same. So in the evening also, you can join with the same link. In the evening also, you can join with the same link. Okay, up to like 2-3 classes, you can join with the same link. After that, the link will be changed. Okay, fine. Recordings, every class will be recorded. And I'll create one folder in the Google Drive, batch 56 folder. I'll give a folder level access. So once I uploaded the recording in that folder, you can see the recordings, guys. Recordings will have a lifetime access. I will not give any recording permissions to anyone. So recording permissions is like difficult to manage. First challenge is I cannot give permissions to the people who join from phone. It will not show you any record option. First thing. So I have to check which participant is from phone, which participant is from laptop. So for that itself, it will take 30 minutes for me. One option. Second, very known reason, it will be misused so easily. Everyone will have their own best friend. We cannot deny. So recordings will be misused so easily. So download access will not be there for recordings. You will have lifetime access for the class recordings. Notes, other things like softwares, sample resumes, interview questions, these things you can download, but recordings will have lifetime access and no individual recording permissions will be provided. Doubts and exercises. Doubts, as discussed, you can ask the doubts at any point of time, no issues at all. Most of the things I will only tell, but in case if you feel that I did not cover or your doubt is not cleared, you can ask me, okay, you can ping me, and that's not an issue. Exercises, I'll create one tracker. I'll add the exercises for every topic. Okay, you have to check. చూస్తాను తల్లి అయిపోయింది ఓకేనా 2 minutes. So we have to check that tracker every time and you have to see the exercises, okay? And you have to just update that tracker whether you have completed that exercises or not. So I'll like closely look into the tracker, like who is completing the assignments and all. Okay, so that is also one thing. For every topic, I'll give the assignments, guys. Exercises, assignments, both are same. Speaker series. Speaker series is very important. For every batch, I will call 5 people, up to 5 people, up to 5 people. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5 based on their availability. One manager I'll call, one HR I'll call, 2, 3 students I'll call. They are going to share their experiences, their knowledge. If he's a manager, he will tell you how he is going to shortlist the resume, what kind of things he will look into it, how he will get to know whether a guy is a fake guy or a genuine guy, what kind of mistakes a fake guys will do when they are deployed into any project. So these kind of experiences will be shared by manager. HR, how they are going to shortlist the resume, what HR questions they will ask initially. Okay, how you have to take care of the PF and all. So these things will be covered by HR. And 2, 3 previous batch students, how they cracked, how they improved. Okay, like what kind of challenges they faced when they are into the project, what mistakes they did, how the environment will be, everything they are going to explain. 2, 3 students also will explain. This is called speaker series. So at the end of the sessions, I'll invite these people. They are going to give their valuable suggestions. Azure SQL DBA, after SQL DBA, Azure SQL DBA will be started, guys. So one more trainer will be there. His name is Vishal. Vishal will lead the Azure SQL DBA sessions. Okay. Certifications, what kind of certifications are important for DBA? DBA generally we have to have DP 300, Data Protection 300, which is on-premises and Azure SQL certification, guys. So it's not mandatory to have the certification. It's good to have the certification. From people from US, UK, for them, it will give a lot of weightage, but in India, generally, it will not change it, but it's a kind of a certified DBA kind of a okay, with some value you will get it. So when 2 people are there, if 2 people are selected for a same role, and out of 2, one guy is a certified DBA and another one doesn't have a DBA certification, then the certified DBA will be recruited, guys. And especially clients also will go with the certified DBS. Again, it's not mandatory. It's not at all mandatory. That is just an extra. People will have a doubts, right, about certification and all. Certification in the sense, not source university certification, guys. Microsoft certification, you will get it. You means when you attend the exam after the training, when you attend the exam, once you cleared with 80% or 75%, then you will be a Microsoft certified DBA. Okay, so certification is not mandatory. It's good to have the certification, guys. So all these things, job preparation, how to prepare the job after getting the job, what you have to do. Okay, what we have to do after the course, how to get the job, how to build a career after getting the course. Like all these things will be covered in the training. And just please, if you, I don't know how many of you know about our YouTube channel. Okay, so we have a YouTube channel also. We can simply go to YouTube channel. Okay, and then you can, okay, hi Nana. Okay, okay, నేను చూస్తాను ఓకేనా 1 minute guys. Okay, తల్లి okay. So you just go to YouTube and you just search for SOS University. You will get this channel, guys. And you can go to playlist if you want to see any of my previous batch playlists and all you can see. Again, I will not upload all the videos in the YouTube. Just 10-15% of videos I'll upload. That too, not regularly, depends upon the channel statistics and all I'm going to upload. But those who are registered, you people are going to get directly to your Google Drive. Okay, for the registered students, directly you'll get the videos to the Google Drive. So you can see, you can please subscribe to our channel, SOS University, and you can see if you want to see previous classes and all. This is batch 55, batch 54, batch 53, batch 52. Like that, you can see the other. We will also give advanced performance tuning, Azure SQL. So all these things we have few sessions on that. You can also check that one. So that is also very important. And please subscribe to the channel, guys. Lot of updates will be there in our channel. So you'll get to know, okay, all these things once you subscribe to the channel, right? So this form I'll give you in the evening. Okay, so Google form I'll give you in the evening. Some people will have a doubts like Shanmukh, how much salary we can expect. Okay, so guys, generally nowadays for 1 year of experience, you can like every year 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs like that you can expect. 3 years means 3 into 2 lakhs. So 6 to 7 lakhs you can expect if you are trying as a 3 years DBA. 4 years DBA, you can expect 8 to 10 lakhs. A 5 years DBA, you can expect 9 to 12 lakhs. But again, Janmukh, are you going to give any job, what I can say, job guarantee or something like that? I can help you with all these services and support. Believe me, after the course, you tried giving 2-3 interviews. You will only see the difference, how much we covered, whether you are able to answer their questions or not. With my training, you can alone give the interviews, guys. No need to take the proxy support. But again, I am saying every support is there with us. So I'm not going to provide, like I'll provide in case if I know any openings in my close circles, like I'll put the status and all. I'll 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So I'm going to like put the status and all in case if I know any DBA openings in my close circles. Okay, in my company, in my friends' companies, in my close circles, or if I get to know the information from any other students and all, I'll just put the status. So information and all I can provide. But assurance, definitely with our training, okay, you will only get the job. You can get the job by your own. But still, if you are not able to get it, your confidence levels are less, come back to me. I can help you. There is a different way. So that is also possible. So that will be discussed on the offline, guys. Okay, this is how the things will work. For US, how much salary you can expect, guys? For 4 years, you can expect in case if it is per hour basis, 55 to 60 per hour, I can expect. And annually, like you can expect anything between 90K, 105K, 100K, 115K. One of my student got 125K in the US. It's almost equals to a data scientist salary in the US, guys. 125K, I guess, yeah, 125K. So it will be like that. So for US people, these are the salary ranges that you can expect, guys. But again, depends upon the opportunity. Try to take any opportunity initially. Later, you try to upgrade yourself, guys. Simply, no, Shanmukh said 125K, I'll wait until 125K I reach. No. Just whatever opportunity, you just take it. Then in the same job, you just try it, guys. Okay, that's how you have to. Here also, I said 12 lakhs for 5 years. You got 10 lakhs. No, Shanmukh said up to 12 lakhs we can ask. No, wait for 12 lakhs. Don't wait. Just take the opportunity of 10 lakhs first. Try like with the same 10 lakhs, you can just try for bigger package. but don't lose any opportunity, guys. Okay. So I just want to cover these things in the first session. So I hope most of your doubts are cleared. Now you can ask your doubts, guys. Again, there is no silly doubt, simple doubt. A doubt is a doubt. Again, you can ask any kind of doubt. No issues. Don't hesitate. Yes, please.
Hi Shanmugh, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
So right now I have 5 years of genuine experience. If you have learned this, maybe how to cover that 5 year genuine.
Genuine experience, you can use same designation frame. Okay.
Okay.
See, now what is your designation?
A data annotator.
Data,
Annotator.
sorry.
Data annotator.
Annotator. As
Yes.
you're having, it's very good designation. As you're having data in your designation, you can use the same. You just tell them data annotator, the designation. BGV, they will check whether frame is data annotator or not. They will
Okay.
not check whether you worked on DBA, SQL DBA or not, SQL Server or not. Okay, they will check whether you are a data annotator or not. So in your roles and responsibilities, you mention about SQL Server.
Okay.
Okay, so a data annotator, you have to, as a data annotator, you have to work with the SQL servers also. You just tell them in the interviews. No one will ask you if the designation is like sales representative, marketing, region head, okay, assistant manager. These kind of designations will create some problem. But associate, specialist, data analyst, okay, data engineer, software engineer, DBA, SQL DBA, specialist, consultant, these designations will not create any problem. You can happily try with the same designation.
Okay, Shanmugh, thank you.
Yeah. Next, please.
Yeah,
Charan.
Sharma.
Yeah, Charan.
Yeah,
Tell me, Charan.
yeah, like Azure is for the cloud, so getting all other considered as a on-prem, right?
Yes, Charan. All others means what?
When organization,
Sorry,
they're asking
Charan.
in my organization, they are asking for the on-prem or VM like that. So that is what doubt on that.
No. So on-prem, see, nowadays it is moving to cloud, but still people are using on-prem only. So on-prem, again, they will have private cloud and all separate, but still at the end of the day, we will have servers. We have to work with the servers. If it is Azure SQL, maybe it can be servers or just components like Azure SQL databases. Okay. Yeah. Questions, guys.
On-prem other
Yes.
than that.
Yes. I mean, your voice is a little breaking, but yes.
Sorry, can I audible?
Yes,
No?
you are audible, but sometimes it will be like too low, kind of.
Other than the Azure, we can say all other as a on-prem servers only. That is what my doubt.
See, it depends. Other than Azure means if it is AWS EC2 instance, right? If it is GCP instance, it's not like that. If your organization is managing their own servers, then that is on-prem. Okay. If they are taking support of some third-party vendors like Microsoft, Azure, AWS, GCP, then that is a cloud server. Okay. Yeah.
When this Azure will start?
After 2.5 months. Once SQL is over, then we'll start with Azure SQL. No, you are guys. Now tell me any specific like people are looking for specifically in the Azure SQL. Anyone joined only for Azure SQL, guys, in this batch? If you joined for only Azure SQL, the new batch will start from October 12th. Okay, for Azure SQL. Batch 56 first will cover SQL DBA. After that, we'll cover Azure SQL. Anyone specifically joined for Azure SQL, just ping me. Okay, we'll discuss. That is a separate okay course. Will be like we'll start a new Azure SQL will start from October 12th. Yes, please. Questions? Questions, doubts? Anjan, Ashutosh, Adarva, Pratyusha, Chandan, Charan, Jay, Joshna, Kshema, Lokesh, Madhuramesh, Mehboob, Mahesh, Mazid, Narendra, Nizu, Padma, And Padma, Prem Kumar, Rashid, Ravindra. Okay, Rashid joined from 2 devices, I guess. Sandhya, Shamyulla, Sunil, Surya, Tabasum, Teddy, and Vivo. Who is it? Vivo? Vivo V2029. Any questions, guys, please? No other questions?
In this course material, we are going to learn also cross-platform migration.
Cross-platform migration is not there. SQL with Azure SQL. On-premises to cloud migration will cover.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we good, guys? So if we are good, thank you so much for your time. Okay. And thanks for attending the session. The second session also you can join today at 7 p.m. IST. And for US people, tomorrow morning 9:30 EST. Guys, every time I'll tell you two timings: IST Indian Standard Timings, EST Eastern Standard Timings. For India, today evening 7 p.m. IST, you can join with the same link. For US, tomorrow morning 9:30 EST, guys. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. We'll meet you in the evening 7 p.m. IST with the same link, guys. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.